We are on the air live near the wonders of Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. And week 7 promises to bring you exciting tag team action with many great faces hoping to make the cut. So here's our own face of our own Mount Rushmore sculpture, the host of Chao Racing 2019. Give it up for Brandon Jennings! Welcome to Mount Rushmore, fans! Hope you enjoy the sculpture and we're ready for another exciting tag team fun here on Chao Racing. Hello dear fans at home and welcome to week 7's action here on Chao Racing 2019. It's a beautiful spring day here in the wonders of Mount Rushmore in the state of South Dakota. And this week we promise our viewers will have exciting tag team races, including our defending champion Chao Racing coming up in the main event. Paul, let's start off the week with race number 1. Who do we have to start things off? For race number 1, Brandon, Danny Frazier partners up with Ryan Christian as they battle with Charlie Freighton teaming up with Alex Markison. And I'm pretty sure they learned a lot of lessons since they lost their opening races last month. But I'm pretty sure one of them teams is going to walk away with a victory tonight. So let's find out who will get that chance. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race. Alright, another exciting tag team action is underway. And the fans in the outskirts of Mount Rushmore are enjoying the sights of the building. And of course, cheering on all of the favorite superstars on the track. And right now, numbers 2 and 8 are both going to rest. So these two champs will have a lot of catching up to do when they wake up from the nap. And it looks like Ryan Christian and Danny Frazier will have a 2-on-1 advantage over Charlie Freighton. Alex Markison is dancing to the beat. And it looks like Ryan Christian and Danny Frazier are both heading for the water. As the first superstar gets beat on week 7's action here in beautiful Mount Rushmore, it's number 7. And number 7 got all the way out at one to start things off. Good speed buzz right there by number 7. And right now, numbers 1 and 8 are battling for duo behind number 2. And it looks like number 7 pauses for 1. Thinking about number speed buzz, and he got it. Number 7 opens up week 7's action with back-to-back speed buzz. And right now, Ryan Christian and Danny Frazier have the commanding first and second places respectively over the other team at the current one. And as we pass the 1 minute mark, it's number 1 who desperately needs to catch up every now and then with the next command speeders. Ryan Christian is currently leading Danny Frazier towards the sapphire portion of the course. They are walking through the checker path with the blue and gray at the current moment. As the next speed buzz will be made by number 7, that makes a spell speed buzz of the race, trying to maintain lead over the force of the Chao, and down goes Alex Markison. Poor number 1 and poor number 8, meanwhile, are both getting left behind for the crowd. And down goes number 1. I think one of them should get some help, and number 1 will get that chance. That makes it his second speed buzz of the race. And take a look at Ryan Christian quickly making his way up the top of the wall. And now he's making his way past the waterfall. He is currently leading Danny Frazier to a huge lead over Charlie Freighton to come one. And in fact, his partner Danny Frazier will have the next command speeders. He is going to put this one away from Charlie Freighton and Alex Markison. And right now, number 8 is dropping down to last place. And right now, number 2 is going to rest. And I think number 8 is snoozing as well. Yep, number 8 is getting left behind. As number 8 wakes up first now with the next command speeders, Ryan Christian is going to lead Danny Frazier to an easy victory over Alex Markison and Charlie Freighton. Danny Frazier and Ryan Christian are our winners as they come in first and second place respectively. As Alex Markison, a little disappointed with a number 7 loss, well the next command speeders, and right now numbers 2, 7, and 8 are all battling for D-Life on the way back. Which one man should get some help before the race is over? Number 2 will get that chance. And that's it. So, with an incredible strength and swimming, Danny Frazier and Ryan Christian win the first race of the week. That's right, we'll be right back for race number 2 after we hear word from this. Alright, we're done with one race. Now it's time for race number 2. And it will feature the Gangnam Style Master Garrett Dayton and Hard-Hitting Master Ethan Kingsley, taking on the 2017 Rising Stars champion Shane Flanningham and his partner Norman Finder. Shane and Ethan are still looking for their first wins of the season, so let's find out which of them will give them the win of this week. Let's have a Chao race! Okay, the next two teams are busting down the line. Garrett's trying to help Ethan get a win. Norman Finder's trying to help Shane Flanningham get a win. Which one of them will earn the W on the scorecard to get on the board for the first time in the season? We're about to find out momentarily. And number 2 was Square, so he will be left behind in the competition. Right on the 4 giant 8 through and they're off and running. Garrett Dayton currently by a couple of feet over his partner Ethan Kingsley and Norman Finder. Ethan and Norman are both heading for the water, trying to maintain some ground in the early line. And for the second race in a row, number 7 has won the opening toss, and he is heading for the water. Number 1 is going to rest over at the bridges, so he will join number 2 for D-Life. Looks like number 8 is also going to rest. Yep. So number 1, number 2, and number 8 are going to be fighting for D-Life over at the bridges. As number 1 takes BS number 2 in this race, trying to maintain some ground over the free silver chair in the back. Right now up in the front, Norman Finder trying to defend the lead over Garrett Dayton and his partner Ethan Kingsley, as Ethan will have the next command on the speed bus. Trying to help out Garrett Dayton with style. Take a look at poor number 8 as we pass the 1 minute mark. Poor number 8 is getting left behind in the crowd. Looks like number 1 and number 2 also going near to help from the front fans. But the next speed bus is going to be made by the Gangnam Style Master Garrett Dayton. And his partner Ethan is making a statement. He is closing in on Norman Finder as we approach the wall. And now it is Shane Flanningham, the 2017 Rising Stars champion, who takes the speed bus after pausing for a moment. Poor number 1, 2, and 8, meanwhile still needing his help. Which one of them will get that chance? It's number 2. And back with fun, Norman Finder is for us. That means Ethan Kingsley will have command of the lead. His partner Garrett Dayton will move up to second place as number 7, who dominates over the 4 silver Chao in 5th place, takes the next command because Ethan went a little too far, but I believe Garrett Dayton will still help him get the victory over Norman Finder and Shane Flanningham, who are right on it. Yep. Looks like we're going to do the Gangnam Style dance today. As number 2 fights for the next class PS and number 1's for the rest. Garrett Dayton's going to lead Ethan Kingsley towards the victory. Garrett and Ethan are our winners. We're going to do the Gangnam Style this week. And that was a close contest to remember. Yes, that was pretty close. Ethan is on the board for the first time this season. And we'll present another signing race for the tag team play right after these important messages. And now, Paul, we have the defending third place contenders this race. That's right, Raymond Hill will be teaming up with Michael Clayton to battle Andrew Wilson and Marvin Sanderson. Raymond did a very good job helping Michael Clayton get the first win towards another shot at a championship this season. Let's see if they can make it 2 wins in a row this month. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, let's rock this place! Alright, Raymond and Michael are trying their best to go back to the playoffs this season so that they can have another shot at reaching the tag team championship match at the end of the year. Right now, the 4 Chao are going to take the palm trees. They're going to bring down that coconut-shaped food by shaking them. And right now, they're going to eat food. And it looks like Raymond Hill and Andrew Wilson are dancing to the beat. So it's Michael Clayton versus Marvin Sanderson up in the front. Number 1 in the very front, just behind them. And it looks like Marvin Sanderson is going to be heading for the water. And so is Raymond Hill. And who will get the only toss this time? It's Andrew Wilson. And I do believe Raymond Hill has took a shortcut yet again. Yup, Raymond Hill paying off his shortcut again. He is doing a pretty good job keeping up with shortcut strategy for his fans to remember. He now has a commanding lead for his team as number 8, who quickly makes his way to the other side of the water back in the amethyst portion, takes speed bus number 2 in this race. That's enough to take the lead over the 4th Chao from number 2. And who got the next one? It's number 7, who is in last place in the Cowboy. Raymond Hill has a commanding lead thanks to a shortcut. Meanwhile, Marvin Sanderson continues to dominate second place over the other 7 Chao in the Cowboy. But he might need a miracle if he wants to make the pass from our world champion Raymond Hill at the wall. And Wilson also trying his best to stay alive. He gets another turn. That makes his second speed bus of the race. And by now the 4th Chao in the back are fighting for the life as number 7 takes it off the tumble. I believe one of them should have the next command. Yes, who's gonna get it? It's number 2. That's Sue. Now he's trying to lead over the 4th Chao with that speed bus from number 8. Raymond Hill back up in front is the first to approach home stretch with a huge lead ahead of the other team in Harry. He is going to lead Michael Clayton towards an easy victory this week. Next BS belongs to Andrew Wilson. That makes his Spanish speed bus of the race, but I don't think he'll be able to catch up in Harry. Well, Michael Clayton's going to rest, but Raymond Hill is still going to lead him towards another victory. They are going to go 2-0 this week. Raymond Hill lifts Michael Clayton for the victory. As number 2 will get his second speed bus of the race. Raymond Hill is successfully rebounds from his tough individual loss last week, and he means it. Marvin Sanderson will come second place, followed by Andrew Wilson in third. As number 2 takes back-to-back speed bus, and sorry for that pop-up. Anyway, number 2 dominates over the 4th Chao, and number 1 will get a turn now. And might not pour number 8 really near speed bus before the race is over for now. And he gets it as the race comes to a close. So Raymond Hill lifts Michael Clayton towards an easy victory. That's right, Raymond Hill now sits at 6-1, and there's more something coming up. Do not go away. Welcome back from our commercial break. Who do we have next, Paul? Next up, for race number 4, we have Ralph Dennis and Peter Foles teaming up to battle versus Trevor Hoffer and Owen Justin. And there's a look at the lineup as we take a look for the next race. Everyone is on clock, and we look at the next 2 teams. And off! So who is going to have the lucky dip for his next race? We're about to find out as the 4 Chao make their way towards the palm trees. And it looks like Ralph Dennis is for the rest. So he will be left behind in the competition for a while. Number 1 seems like he's also sleeping at the curb point. The other 3 Chao are going to eat the fruit after shaking in the palm trees. And it looks like it's going to be Owen Justin and Peter Foles who are going to be battling for the lead. Trevor Hoffer decided to dance to the beat. And it looks like Owen Justin is going to be heading for the water. As number 8, who leads number 7 in the dust, takes the wing toss this time around. And right now, number 7 is going to hit the water after forcing to go to rest for a point. And who will get speed bus number 2 of this race? It is going to be none other than number 1, who is battling with Ralph Dennis at number 2 for D-Life. And guess who took a shortcut? It's Trevor Hoffer. He's doing a pretty good job trying to keep up with the pace. So far, he has only 1 win in his 2019 debut season, but I believe he is going to lift Owen Justin towards a huge victory this week. No doubt about it. And who got the next speed bus? It's number 8. That makes his second speed bus of the race. And right now, number 2 is getting left behind on the competition. We have passed the 1 minute mark in this race. Our current leader is Trevor Hoffer, thanks to that shortcut. Number 2 currently sitting in last place all the way in the back. As we head back into number 8. And now he leads over the 4th Chao. Meanwhile, Trevor Hoffer has a commanding lead, with Owen Justin safely in second place, guarding the lead ahead of Peter Foles. I think they're going to get the job done this week. No doubt about it. Back to number 8, and now he's starting to dominate over the 4th Chao easily. And right now, down goes 1 and Chao. And number 1 is getting left behind along with number 2 and number 7. Let's find out who will get the next turn, and it's going to be Peter Foles who got it. but Trevor Harper is all alone in the lead at the home stretch, and he's going to give Owen Justin his first win of the season. As number 1 wins to take his next speeders, Trevor Harper and Owen Justin are our winners. Trevor Harper now has 2 wins, and Owen Justin gets his first win of his debut season after 7 weeks. Well done. Owen Justin will come in second place behind Trevor Harper, and Ralph Dennis will get the next command speeders. I don't think we'll have time for more than 1 more speeders, and by now numbers 1 to 7 have no hope for surviving whatsoever. Alright, Trevor Harper and Owen Justin get the applause. That's right, they deserve to win this month, but let's see how they will fare next month. Back in a bit. Do not go away. Alright, Paul, this next race will feature last season's runner-up. That's right, race number 5 features Alvin Ian Jr. and Chris Uncles. This month, they'll be taking on Buster Jamo and Thomas Linklater. We can see the lineup from here as we look right to left. Let's see who is going to prevail in this next race. Best of luck to the next 2 teams, and they all. Okay, and Thomas Linklater is for us, which means Alvin Jr. and Chris Uncles will have a 2-on-1 advantage over Buster Jamo for the current moment. We'll soon find out if it will pay off or not in the only one. Right now, Alvin Jr., Chris Uncles, and Buster Jamo are going to shake the palm trees to bring down that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there they go, busting down the line. Chris Uncles currently by a few inches over his partner Alvin Jr. and number 8. And right now, Alvin Jr. and Buster Jamo are heading for the water. And number 8 is going to rest over the bridges as number 2, who takes the water, wins the open toss. And right now, guess who went to rest all the way in the back? It's number 1, that's 2. So now he has a lot of catching up to do in the only one. He's going to take the water in the come 1. As number 7, who is fighting with number 8 for dealing at the bridges, takes speed rest number 2. And right now, Alvin Jr. currently leads over Buster Jamo. As these 2 shall make their way past the flags and into the sapphire portion of the Emma course. As the next speeders we made by Thomas Linklater, currently sitting in 3rd place ahead of Chris Uncles, and we have passed the 1-minute mark. Right now, these 4 Civic Shell are fighting for dear life all the way in the back. Who is going to get some help to stay alive in the game? It's number 7, and Chris Uncles is going to rest. That means he'll drop down to last place over the competition. But I'm pretty sure he'll still cheer on Alvin Jr., who is trying to defend the lead over Buster Jamo up in the front. And who got the next one? It's Thomas Linklater. That makes his 2nd speed bus of the race. Meanwhile, number 1, number 8, and Chris Uncles are all fighting for dear life all the way in the back. One of them has to get a speed bus to get back in this one, and it's Chris Uncles who will get that chance to stay alive in the game. And Buster Jamo back in front is going to rest. That means Alvin Jr. will have command of the lead up in the front. Thomas Linklater also going to rest, so he will be left behind in the crowd. I think Alvin Jr. is going to win this one for sure. No doubt about it. Next speed belongs to number 7. That makes his 2nd speed bus of the race. By now, Alvin Jr. is almost there. According to my calculations, Alvin Jr. should hold off Buster Jamo by a few feet to spare over the competition. As number 1 fights with D1 with next command speeders, you can tell me what up for Alvin Jr. and Chris Uncles. Alvin Jr. beat out Buster Jamo over by a short distance. They will come in 2nd place. Chris Uncles will celebrate the win in 3rd place. And that's going to do it. Alvin Jr. and Chris Uncles are our winners. Right, they are taking the first step towards the redemption for the 2020 Tag Team title. Coming up, more side action, but first have a look at this. And we'll be halfway done with Week 7's action after race number 6. And it will feature the Mill Traders, Howard and Dave Miller, against Connor John Howitt and RJ Upton, or OG Upton for short. Let's find out who will earn a W as we close on the first half of the week. Everyone is on the clock, so without further ado, we start the race! Alright, Alright, so Howard and Dave are in desperate needs to get a win for the season, while Connor and OJ look to follow up from their impressive victory last month as they look to gain some ground in the early one. And like we always say with each and every week here on Chao Racing, anything can happen in this very old spot, the Chao Racing universe. Yep, yes indeed. Connor John Howard is going to make his way towards the pitches, and he is going to be heading for the wide here. And who will get the first speed bus of this race? We're about to find out right now. It's number 1 who got the first speed bus for this race, and I think he's pausing for more. Yep. Number 8 is getting left behind on the competition all the way in the valley of where to put this. As Dave Miller on the Miller Trainers takes speed bus number 2. Right now, Connor John Howard has a commanding lead for OJ Upton and his team. Number 2 currently sitting in an easy second place right behind him. Connor John Howard is now approaching the sapphire portion of the inner course with a lot of room to spare over the competition, as the next BS wing made by number 8, who desperately needs to catch up every now and then. And right now, we'll take a look at the competition in the back. It looks like OJ Upton is pausing for a moment, so he will drop down a couple of places. Hal Miller is currently battling with number 7 for 3rd place, but it will be a miracle to catch up to Connor John all the way up in the back. As we head back into number 8, that's a little bit more help that time for number 8. Poor Dave Miller, meanwhile, is all alone in last place. I think he needs some help from the crowd, but it's OJ Upton who will get the next command SPS. He is cheering on Connor John Howard, who is just making his way towards the top of the wall, and now he is quickly approaching the waterfall. I don't think either one of his opponents will catch up to Connor John Howard in a hurry. They're going to prove to 2-0 this month. Next PS belongs to number 1. That makes sense. Second speed bus of the race. Howard and Dave are busy climbing on the wall. They're getting left behind in 7th and last places respectively. As number 7 wakes up for a snap with the next command SPS, and by now Connor John Howard is going to lead OJ Upton towards an easy victory over the Miller Trainers. Yes indeed. As Dave Miller barely takes number 10, Connor John Howard lifts OJ Upton towards the victory. They now sit at 2-0 in the 2019 season. Number 2 will come in an easy 2nd place, and that's going to be followed by number 7 in 3rd place. And who will get the next command SPS? It's Hal Miller, that's who, but he and Dave Miller are still winless for the season. And right now, poor number 8 can just forget about this race. Alright, so Connor John Howard and OJ Upton are now 2-0. Now that's right, good chance we'll see them in the playoffs if they keep it up. And there's more stuff coming up, do not go away. Alright, Paul, it's time for race lucky number 7 of week 7's action here at Mount Rushmore. Tell us all about this next race. Alright, race number 7 will feature the 2018 Tag Team Champions, Vince Mason and Glenn Murray, against Jimmy Wales and Larry Monroe. Both teams did an excellent job getting the win last month, but which team is going to improve with 2-0? We're about to find out momentarily. The players are lined up and ready to go. Everyone is on the clock, and please start the race! Alright, the 4 are going to make their way through the rainbow path, and it looks like Larry Monroe is the last, which will give Vince Mason and Glenn Murray a 2-1 advantage over Jimmy Wales in the come win. Right now, Vince, Glenn, and Jimmy are going to shake the palm trees to bring out that coconut shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And there goes Vince Mason. He is going to lead with the competition. And right now, number 7 square, so he'll drop down a couple of places. And as they decide which path to choose, the first superstar to get speedways on the second half is Larry Monroe, who just went to West for a while, now trying desperately to get back in this one. And guess who's getting left behind already? It's number 1. He is all alone in last place behind the pack. He is better to take the water as speedways number 2 in this place, with made by number 7, with following with number 8 and Larry Monroe for the lead. And guess what, fans? Larry Monroe's going to be happy with this. Jimmy Wales has took a shortcut So I think Jimmy and Larry are going to prove the 2-0 thanks to Jimmy's shortcut. He is already making his way towards the sapphire portion on the M course, and he means it. And who got the next one? It is Vince Stacy. That's who. He currently sits in third place behind his partner, Glenn Murray. Number 2 is getting left behind in the competition. But as we pass the 1 minute mark, number 1 is the real deal, who is way behind in the competition all the way back. And sorry for that pop-up. But let's head back to Vince Stacy. And it looks like Glenn Murray is close. Yep, that means he'll drop down a couple of places to that now. Anyway, it'll be a miracle to catch up to Jimmy Wales and Harry. And number 7 will get another turn. That makes his second speed buzz of the race. Poor number 1, meanwhile, is still all alone in last place. Will he ever get a speed buzz before he hits the wall? He has to get the speed buzz in time, and he will be. He gets the next command speed buzz. But I think that's always going to get for the entire race, don't you think? And Jimmy Wales has this race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. As like my one next speed buzz, but it doesn't matter. He and Jimmy Wales are our winners. They improved to 2-0 this month in a tag team format this season. And number 1 is West all the way back. And this time, Larry Manuel goes for consecutive. He is going to congratulate Jimmy Wales on a dominating performance. Jimmy Wales dominated over the shortcut, and he made Larry Manuel proud this month. Good chance we might see him in the playoffs at the end of the year. And in fact, Larry Manuel and his partner will get a 3rd consecutive speed buzz, and that is going to do it. Number 1 has no hope for surviving whatsoever. So Jimmy Wales and Larry Manuel improved to 2-0 this month. That's right, will they do it again in April next month? We're about to find out right now. Back in a bit, do not go away. Alright, Paul, tell us what we have next. Race number 8 will feature the Luck of the Irish, Steel Wingman and Ramroy Shante, battling against the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller and the Sheriff Outlaw Eric Crosby. That's what we're going to line up for this next race, and it's back to the field once again. Best of luck to the next 2 teams on the quest for victory this season, and let's rock this place! Alright, here comes the Luck of the Irish, and Aaron and Eric racing down the rainbow path, and they'll have fans cheering on either side of the arena, and they are going to shake the palm trees. That will be their cue to bring down that coconut shaped fruit to the ground. There they are. And now the 4 child going to eat the fruit, and the Sheriff Outlaw Eric Crosby is going to have come in, I believe, up in the front for the 4 child. And who's going to get the earring toss for this race? It's going to be number 8, who will get the first speed buzz on this race. He's getting left behind in the competition. Number 2 is dancing to the beat, and he's way behind in the competition. And I think number 7 just went to rest. So he will also be left behind in the competition. He and number 2 are both heading for a while, trying to maintain some ground in the early one. As number 1, who is fighting for dear life over at the bridges, takes speed buzz number 2. Right now, it is Eric Crosby who has a commanding lead, following in a close second by the Steel Curtain Aaron Miller, who is rapidly guarding him with all his might. As Steel Wingman, well, the next command. Yes, he represents as the Irish one on the wall, or you can call it Iron Balance Warrior. Anyway, the 4 child, the Silver child, up in the back as we pass the 1 minute mark, are fighting for dear life, trying to maintain some ground in the back, as we head back into Iron Fabulous Warrior, Steel Wingman. Meanwhile, Eric Crosby has a little bit more room ahead of his opponents at the current moment, heading into the wall. And here comes Steel Wingman with a 3rd consecutive speed buzz, trying to make one last effort to stay alive. Poor number 2, meanwhile, is still way behind in the competition. But it's number 7, who also really needs help, takes the next command. Yes, and back in front, Eric Crosby has reached the top of the wall. His outlaw fanatics are cheering on with all his heart and mind as he approaches the home stretch. Next PS belongs to Ramroy Shante, and he doesn't need to go to rest, but he might need a miracle to catch up to the Shadow Outlaw Eric Crosby at the home stretch. As Steve Wingman takes a 4-speed bus on his race, it looks like the ChaoEmperor aircraft me is going to do it. Ramon Shorte won't have enough distance to catch up to the ChaoEmperor aircraft me in time. He is going to Aaron Miller for the victory. As number 2 takes the next speed bus, you get only one out for aircraft me with Aaron Miller. Aaron and Eric securing an easy victory over Lucky Eric, so they improved to 2-0 this month. We'll see how they will fare next month and for another exciting tag team action as number 2, who now leads over the force of the Chao at the very end, is better the closest one out with Bender XPS. And there you have it, Bennett. Right, Aaron won this round, but who knows what will happen next. Back for more exciting action after these messages. Alright, welcome back to week 7, and the fans are showing having a great time here in Mount Rushmore, seeing the 4 presidents Rick in the statue, and right now Paul's going to tell us all about race number 9. Take it away. Alright, and for that race number 9 this week, we have the police jury, the crime of Rusty Williamson, and his junior chief-in-law, Casey Richardson, who is currently undefeated at 6-0. Today, they'll be going to work against Joe Rathway, who is last year's runner-up, and the great Louis Charleston. And what a season it has been for KC himself. 6 out of 6 wins in his first 6 races this season. Let's hope he keeps it up tonight. Everyone is on the clock, and let's have a challenge! Alright, let's see how they will fare this month. And it looks like numbers 1 and 8 are both going to rest. So these 2 Chao are going to be left behind in the competition for a while. And number 7 will join these 2 Super Chao for life. He's also going to rest. Right now, our 4 opponents and number 2 are chicken patriots, and now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Joe Rathway is going to have the upper hand for his team, because the other 3 Chao are dancing to the beat. And right now, number 2 is going to rest as Joe Rathway has for the water. And the crime buster policeman, Rusty Williamson, of the police jury, will have the first speed bus for this race. Right now, number 1 is getting left behind in the competition, and so is number 8. Number 8 is taking the water. That will be number 1 fighting for dear life or red divisions. And who's getting the honor as speed bus number 2? It's the junior chief, Casey Richardson. And look at that. Joe Rathway is going to rest, which means he'll be able to battle Louis Johnson for the lead up in the front. Now, Joe Rathway has a lot of catching up to do after forcing the ticket up early on in the race. And who's going to get to the next command speed? It's Rusty Williamson. That makes his second speed bus in the race, trying to chew on Casey Richardson to stay undefeated for the season. Take a look at point number 1 as we pass the 1 minute mark. He's getting left behind along with number 7. The 4th of a Chao battling for dear life all the way in the back. As the next speed bus we made by number 8. And the great Rusty Williamson is going to rest, trying to figure his strategy out. Meanwhile, his partner, Casey Richardson, is getting tailgated by Joe Rathway and Louis Charleston. They're trying to make a statement, everyone. Will Casey Richardson hold on for the victory? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to number 7. Trying to make the pass from number 8 to 1 wheel with the 4th of the Chao. And Russell Williamson and number 1 are really desperate and needs help. Who's going to get that chance before he hit the wall? It's number 1, Natsu. Battling with number 2 and Russell Williamson for dear life. And right now, back with fun, Casey Richardson is starting to battle with Joe Rathway for the lead. Joe and Casey are heading for the home stretch. And as number 2 takes the next command spears, leading over the 4th of the Chao, it looks like Casey Richardson is going to get the job solved for the police jury this week. And he is making the getaway from Joe Rathway and Louis Charleston. So, as the great Louis Johnson takes the next speed bus, Casey Richardson leads the police jury towards the victory. He gave Russell Williamson another 5 and 3, and Casey Richardson is now at 7-0. He is still undefeated after 7 weeks. Well done. And number 8, Robin number 10, making his second speed bus race. That should do it for the speed bus right now. Number 1 all the way in the bag. Can't just forget about this race. So the police jury now improved to 2-0. That's why I can't wait to find more work next month. We have a couple goal getting races in the next couple of segments. That will happen right after we hear a word from this. Alright fans, these next 2 races are going to be go-getting affairs. Tell us all about it, Paul. Alright, first we have the cross the go-getters. Antonio Bennett and Chris Schneider taking on the Warriors brothers, Eddie and Owen Warriors. These 2 teams were a little bit disappointed with a loss last month, but I'm pretty sure one of them will be happy with a win this month. Let's find out who will get that chance later on. And still to come, on defending champions Dominic Luke Green look for the second tag team of the month honors against Joshua Salmore and Zach Olsen. But right now, let's find out who wins this race. Best luck to these next 2 teams, and please start the race! And Eddie Warriors is Guerres, which means the classic go-getters, Antonio Bennett and Christiana, will have a 2-on-1 advantage over Owen Warriors of the Warriors brothers. We'll soon find out if it will pay off or not anyway, man. Right now, Chris Schneider is off to an excellent start ahead of the competition in the coming morning. He is going to eat the fruit, and he's dancing to the beat. So it's Owen Warriors versus Antonio Bennett up in the front. These 2 Chao are going to make their way towards the position of the coming morning as Eddie Warriors wins the opening toss, but he was busy eating the fruit and he dances to the beat. But I'm pretty sure his partner Owen Warriors is safely ahead of Antonio Bennett as he quickly makes his way to the other side of the water. As speed bus number 2 in this race will be made by number 8, who's also left behind in the competition for a while. Number 7 is the real deal, who is way behind in the competition, all the way in the back. And who got the next one? It's Eddie Warriors, trying to get the speed bus in time this time, and he got some speed bus this time. And by now, Owen Warriors has a commanding lead over Antonio Bennett. We are approaching the 1-minute mark in this race, and Owen Warriors is leading the Warrior brothers towards an easy lead over the classic go-getters at the coming morning. As the next speed bus will be made by number 2, who's trying to catch up in the crowd. Poor number 8 is way behind in the crowd, but number 7 is the real deal, who is way behind in the competition all the way back. But right now, let's head back to number 2. And now he leads over the 4 Civic Chao easily in 4th place. Meanwhile, Owen Warriors can say sayonara to Antonio Bennett and Christian for the coming one. Will the classic go-getters find a hold to make the pass from Owen Warriors? We'll find out soon enough. Next BS belongs to number 1. It's trying to hold on number 8 for 6th place to come win. At number 7 is a desperate for some help in getting help in the crowd. And down he goes for the count. He's going to need a couple of speeders to get back in this one, and this is one of them. And right now, back in front, Antonio Bennett starting to feel the groove ahead of Owen Warriors, and the Warriors up in the front. But I think Owen Warriors is going to have a little bit of room to run more ahead of Antonio Bennett. Yep, he's going to win this one for sure. So, as number 7 continues to fight for DUI with back-to-back speeders, Owen Warriors is going to lead the Warrior Brothers to an easy victory over the classic go-getters. The Warriors Brothers prevail over the classic go-getters as number 8 will have the next command PS. That makes his second speed bus race, and he can say farewell to the other Civic Chao. Number 7 can just forget about this race as the race comes to a close. Alright, so the Warriors Brothers are back on track. That's right, but don't worry, we have another go-getters team ready to go, and that's the go-getters 2.0 squad. Now have it after the break. Do not go away. So the classic go-getters lost, but maybe we'll have better luck with the go-getters 2.0 squad for this race. That's right, let's hope so, as the go-getters 2.0 squad, Ricky Nelson and Rusty Instant Repack Jackington battle against Corey Sanchester and JJ Niemeyer for race number 11. After both teams deserved to win last month, which team will have the right to go 2-0? There's only one name to find out. Everyone's on the clock, and let's rock this place! And JJ Niemeyer is what, so he'll be left behind on the competition. The Go-Getters 2.0 squad have a 2-on-1 opening edge advantage over Corey Sanchester and the Cowboys. Right now, Ricky, Rusty, and Corey are shaking their palm trees to bring down that coconut-shaped fruit. And now they're going to eat the fruit. And it looks like Rusty Jackington is going to have full control of this match because Ricky and Corey are dancing to the beat. As the first superstar to get speed best is JJ Nehemiah, and number 8 is Woodwest. And right now, number 7 is getting left behind on the competition all the way back. I'm sorry, number 2 went to West, so he will drop down a couple places. And it looks like number 2 is going to be flying over the water. That will be pulling number 7-5 with D-Life over at the bridges. As number 1, who wakes up for a snap, takes POS number 2 this race. And guess what, fans? Ricky Nelson has took a shortcut. And so did number 2. Ricky Nelson has come in heavily over number 2 over at the Sapphire portion of the Emerald course. And who will get the next command as POS? We're about to find out right now. It's Rusty Instant Replay Jackington of the Go-Getters 2.0 squad. Oh, and down goes number 7 for the count. That's the cross series damage. Anyway, poor number 7 is getting left behind as we pass the 1 minute mark. And by the way, looks like number 1 also moving himself from the crowd. But back to Rusty Jackington. He is cheering on Ricky Nelson up in the front, who is defending the lead over number 2, who dominates over the 4 with Chao easily in second place. Oh, and down goes Rusty Jackington for the count. But Ricky Nelson is off and running toward past towards the waterfall. Will they catch up to Go-Getters 2.0? We'll find out soon enough. Next PS belongs to Corey Sanchester. And right now, number 7 is getting left behind on the competition already. Number 7 really needs a speed bus so that he can get back in this one. But back to Corey Sanchester. That makes 2 in a row by 2 in a row for Rusty Jackington and Corey Sanchester respectively. And Ricky Nelson has the race all wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen. As Corey Sanchester takes the third consecutive speed bus, you get time 1 on for the Go-Getters 2.0 squad. Ricky Nelson leads Rusty Jackington towards the victory over Corey Sanchester and JJ Nehemiah. Number 2 will come in the second place. That's going to be followed by Corey Sanchester and Rusty Jackington. As number 1, well, the next command SPS, but he was way behind in the competition. Number 7 is the real deal who can forget about this race. Alright, so the Go-Getters 2.0 are our winners. That's why they decided to win. Who is going to be the tag team for the month of March? We'll make the decision right after we hear one from this. And guess what time it is now, fans? That's right, it's main event time! And Paul tells us all about this week's main event. I sure will, Brandon. This week's main event will feature our defending champions, Chao Racing and Luke Green, as they take on Joshua Salmore and Zach Arson in this month's tag team main event. Yep, it's been a fun first main event for our defending champions last month in February, and they surely did a lot of teamwork every now and then to get the victory last month. So, let's see if they can do it again for the month of March. This one's going to feature the Golden Child because Chao Racing has 1,900 or more points on all 4 of his main abilities, so this should be an exciting one. Good luck to our 2 main event participant teams, and we're on the clock, and let's have a challenge! And this week's main event is presented by Xfinity, home of the greatest TV and internet possibilities. Switch to Xfinity today and see why it's the future of awesome. Donald and Luke seem to be off to a very good start ahead of the other team. They're going to eat the fruit, and it looks like Luke Green is dancing to the beat. But his partner Chao Racing is off and running. He is going to make his way towards the midgets, and he is going to be heading for the water, trying to maintain a huge lead on the competition. And who got the win toss on this week's main event? It's Joshua Salmore. He was the 2016 Rising Stars champion when he debuted last season. And right now, number 1 is getting left behind as he takes the water. As Joshua Salmore, known as the 2016 Rising Stars champion, opens up the main event with back-to-back spears. And his partner, Zach Arson, is battling with number 7 and 8 for 4th place at the current moment. They are making their way towards the top of the hill. And Zach Arson is scoreless. As he wakes up last now with the next command SPS, well, he's better to drop down a couple places to do that anyways. And right now, number 2 is getting left behind on the competition of the pack. Let's find out who will get the next command SPS as we pass the 1 minute mark. And that next speed was made by number 1, who's trying to catch up and hurry. Meanwhile, Donald Reddings is doing his best to defend the lead over Joshua Samoan, who is trying desperately to catch Evan Helly. And it's number 8 who will have the next command because now he'll have to put a battle with number 7 for the lead over the 4 Golden Chow in the middle of the pack. Poor number 2 is getting left behind along with Zach Arneson at number 1. Which one is going to get some help? It's number 1. So he will be Zach Arneson at number 2 in the dust. At Bag of It Fun, Donald Reddings is safely in the lead at Joshua Samoa and Luke Green on going west, which means Donald Reddings will have a little more breathing room ahead of the competition. He is going to lift Luke Green to an easy victory this week. Next PS belongs to number 2. He finally got some help, and now he's trying his best to stay alive in the game. Looks like Donald Reddings has his ways all up the ladies and gentlemen. The defending champion is going to prove to 2-0 this month in a Road to Repeat campaign. As number 2 takes back the Max Beavers, Donald Reddings lifts Luke Green towards his second tag team of the month honors this week at Mount Rushmore. So now they improve to 2-0 in the Road to Repeat campaign. And they'll be back next month for next month's main event in April. As number 7 will have the next contest, and that is going to do as Zach Arneson fights for number 1 and 8 for D-Live. Alright, so Donald Reddings and Luke Green done it again. That's right, will they make it 3 in a row next month? We'll find out soon enough. We'll be right back to wrap it all up after these messages. So, stay here in Mount Rushmore has come to a close for Week 7's action here on Chao Racing 2019. And we hope everyone has enjoyed watching the superstars in the Chao Races this week in a tag team format, and catch a glimpse of the 4 prisoners on the statue of Mount Rushmore himself. So thanks everyone for coming to our races this week here in Mount Rushmore, and we hope to see you again in the near future. We'll be back next week for more exciting action and fun surprises. Until then, this is Brad Shank signing off. Keep on smiling and so long, everybody! This is Paul Secondmore signing off. Join us again for more exciting action here on Chao Racing 2019. See you next week.